Yo, what's up? Look, I'm German. I still have a bit of an accent, as you might be able to hear, but I haven't let that stop me from creating banger content online and helping others do the exact same. In the past 4 months alone, I've helped the few clients that I have generate over 4.7 million views on IG alone. And the thing is, I myself have been creating content for more than 2.5 years now. And over the time, let me just tell you, my accent has improved so much. Just so you can see the comparison, I'm going to show you a video of where I started out, and you just compare that to this video right here.
So there's this one concept Alex Hormozi always talks about that has really changed the way I look at business.
And as you can hear, this is how I sound right now. Over the past 2.5 years that I've been creating content, I always wanted to get rid of my accent, but I never found a good way to actually do it. Over the process though, I have found 3 that actually work compared to the other ones which are just garbage at this point. 3 ways that you can actually implement into your day-to-day life. So whether you sound German like me or you're Indian and you can't get rid of your like scammer accent, this video is for you. And the thing is, just so you know, this is important, right? Because when you see content online, our brain does this like without even us knowing it. We box people in certain categories. The thing is, when we hear accents, we box people in categories. Indian, scammer. German, angry. Russian, mafia. Mexican, illegal. Like, I don't know. And I'm telling you right now, our brains are racist little motherfuckers. So if you don't want to be boxed into any category and want people to actually hear you out for what you have to say, then listen to this video, because I'm going to show you exactly how to get rid of your accent or at least make it less noticeable. And by the way, let's be real here, okay? I could just tell you to read some kids' tongue twisters or something like that, right? But I'm not going to do that. I want to show you some ways that you can actually implement into your day-to-day life. And here are the 3 ways that I found that actually work. First of all, the environment, then exercise, and then real practice. So first of all, let's go into environment. Your environment is one of the most important key factors for accent. But not only that, it also dictates everything else in your life. For example, the friends that you surround yourself with dictate your habits. Where you put your coffee the night before dictates when you wake up. Like, think about it. When you make a coffee the night before, like I for example do, right? I always make my coffees at night and then put them on my desk. But if I didn't do that, I wouldn't wake up that early in the morning. So it does make a difference. Your environment makes a difference. And for example, the parents you grew up with, they dictate your beliefs, the things that they have said to you. They dictate what you now think. And it's crazy because environment is so powerful, and this also applies to accents. And overall, you are who you surround yourself with or whose content you consume. You probably know the saying, you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and the exact same is true with content. But what if you don't have any English-speaking friends? What do? First of all, go on more calls with English people. Business calls, communities, even gaming, right? If you're in the gaming space, for example, go into some Discord communities. Go into there, hop on calls with people, and practice your English. Join these communities, book more calls with like mentors online, right? But talk more in English, put yourself into the environment, force yourself to be there, right? Then watch more English movies and content. It's often much better than the usual content that we consume anyways. Like, I've noticed this. I'm German, right? And I consume German content from time to time, but I always notice that the German guys always steal ideas from the English people. So the like US guys, the like English people did it first, and then some German guy will like copy it or something like that. And I'm just here to tell you, like, bro, try to watch your favorite movies or your favorite content in English. It will help you so much. That's a way that I just learned English overall, right? Because for example, in my class in school, right, I'm one of the best students in English. And why is that? Because 80% of the content that I consume is English. I surround myself with English speaking people basically, right? And another extra tip that I would add to this is switching up your phone language from your current language to English. And look, these small environment changes might not seem to make a big difference, right? But they make you 10 times at least 10 times more comfortable with the language. And that is silent and loud. Like, for example, when you hop on calls, You get more comfortable with English because you actually talk in English. But when you switch up your phone settings to English, it's silent, it's in your mind. Your whole life, your whole thinking process starts to become more English, right? That's something that I've done, that's something that has worked for me, so I'm pretty sure it'll also work for you as well. So now let's get to the next one, which is exercise. What's an exercise you can actually do in your day-to-day life that will improve your English, that will get rid of your accent? Step number one, I want you to get an English text, preferably a book, because if you're already creating content, if you're already into this like entrepreneurship, content creation space, you should already be reading books because, bro, there's so much hidden knowledge in there anyway, right? So get an English book right now. Then get your phone out and put a timer for 5 minutes. And then step number 3, I want you to read in that book, wherever you are, like it doesn't matter, for 5 minutes with extreme pronunciation. Extreme pronunciation. That means drop your jaw more. Drop your jaw more. As you can see, what I'm doing right now, I am dropping my jaw. Because what you will quickly notice is that your accent is mostly just there because you don't drop your jaw enough. You need to do it more, and then you will sound more like an English speaking person, right? Drop your jaw more. Overdo the lip movements like I'm doing right now. It looks stupid. Don't do this in public when you're like on a plane or something like that. It looks stupid, but it definitely helps, okay? So exaggerate it. And like I said, if you're already into this content and entrepreneurship space, you should already be reading. You can definitely put this into your daily routine, and it will not only help you get rid of your accent, but also help you learn more. So I want you to make reading a habit and then put in those 5-minute slots where you read with extreme pronunciation. And let me just tell you about some goated books, if you don't know already, that you can read right now. First of all, obviously, the Bible. A lot of complicated words in there as well. You can get it for free on Kindle. There's a Bible app, so there's no excuse to not read the Bible. Plus, you need to read the message of Jesus. It's important. Then also Influence, a really good book that I'm reading right now about psychology. And if you're more into philosophy, you might also like Discourses by Epictetus, which is also a really good book. So then now let's get to the real practice. What are we gonna do when we actually create content, when we actually record videos? How does that look? And of course, we just went over extreme mouth movements, right? You probably sound more English when you do these, right? We could just record videos like that, but it seems unnatural. We still want to be authentic. So when we put that part of ourselves out, we look stupid and inauthentic. Let's not record videos like, hey guys, what's up? My name is, like, it just looks stupid. You wouldn't do that in real life. But rather use the exercises that I gave you to adapt to the English language, to sort of make it unintentional, right? Do these exercises and then go back to speaking normal. But over time, you can't escape it. You will talk more like an English person if you do these exercises from time to time again. And on camera, if your accent slips out, this is what I want you to do, right? First of all, don't throw everything away. You can just re-say your sentence and edit everything up. In the end, it doesn't matter. I'm doing the same thing right now with this video. If you see a cut, that will probably be because I messed up a sentence. It doesn't matter. It's not that deep. And then when you want to re-say something, do a little mini practice session of that one word or phrase that sounds bad, right? There are a couple of words that are actually pretty complicated in the English language. So just repeat them, repeat that one word, repeat that one phrase, and then once you got it down, re-say everything all together just a bit slower. Take your time with talking. I often notice this myself. I stumble over my words. I don't talk slow enough. So, quick tip when you're recording, just talk a bit slower. And obviously we want to put the advice that I just gave you into action, right? We're improving our accent, but let's also improve our content. So I want you to do this on a consistent basis. First of all, record a short form video every single day. Post one short form video every single day. Doesn't matter where you're from, what conditions you are in, you can post one short every single day. It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear any excuses. And also a long form video every single week. I want you to take on this challenge of recording one video every single day, short form, and one video every single week, long form, like this one. And this is going to be the most important part because you're actually training your accent in content. For example, when you're recording long form content, I would encourage you to do a yap session. What I mean by this, Do a long recording session of you literally just yapping to the camera, nothing else. Choose a topic that you know a lot about and then yap to the camera in English. No cuts, nothing like that. Try to make it as raw as possible. And it doesn't matter if you mess up, just post it. Some people will even like it. One of my most viewed videos is also a raw video that is just 40 minutes long of me just yapping about business, right? And I want you to get this practice in. So do all of the things that I just showed you and your accent is gonna go away. So just to recap, we had environment, exercise, and real practice. Make this your daily bread and butter, and I'm telling you right now, your accent is gonna go away faster than you can even look.